Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
What's that?
Well, I don't talk into a microphone because I've got nothing to look at except the back of your mic thing.
Okay, we'll get you something to look at.
That's all right. Actually, I've got that holder that holds a tablet. Maybe I should put my tablet in there.
Hello and welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Boom! We're into episode 71. How's it going, Chris?
71. Hi, I'm Chris.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. It's been a really busy week. We're doing this again at a fairly early morning. Not early, but fairly early this morning.
Early for us.
It's early for him. I've been getting up, 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning this week anyway, with my non-work work.
Your non-work work. You've been in the city of sales, the city of dreams.
Oh, talk about the city of sales. I've got to quickly mention the biggest deal that I've come across forever. Like, it blew my mind. I was walking down by the marina because I was at the conference centre was at the ASB event centre in the Viaduct.
Oh, right. Okay.
Wynyard Quarter. And so in lunchtime the first day I went for a walk. And I walked down to the end, and I'm like still quite a way away from this yacht. And it is the biggest thing I have ever seen. And I just could not get over it. There was actually a crane, and I'm guessing the crane is 4 stories or something.
Yeah.
And it was, it'd be taller than that, 6 stories, 8 stories. And it was closer to me than the yacht, and the yacht's mast towered above it.
Yeah, it was a giant super yacht.
Yeah, and when I say yacht, I mean with a mast. That's what blew me away, you know. And then I looked, and on the back of it is a seaplane. There's a plane on the back of the yacht. I took a photo, snapped it, and I took a photo snap, and then I put the snap on our Chris and Sam Facebook page. So
yeah, check it out. It looks a bit crazy. I really want to know if they can deploy the plane themselves. I assume they can.
Yeah, I think they just push it off the back. It'll be a seaplane, right?
Yeah.
You push it off the back, and then it takes off the water.
I reckon the platform comes down and lowers it in the water. There'll
possibly.
be something.
Possibly.
If you got if you didn't have that as a feature, and you've just spent, I don't know how many millions on this boat, that's a bit of a design flaw. Imagine that. Here's your boat. Here's your seaplane. Cool. How do we get it off?
I never thought of that.
Yeah, no, that wasn't in the design spec.
Yeah, but yeah, it just blows my mind. So if you go to the Chris and Sam Facebook page and scroll through, you'll see that photo because I've written on it with my finger on my phone, "This is a plane," something like that. It just unbelievable. Sorry to hijack the show straight off out of the gate like that, but you just reminded me when you said City of Sails.
That's right.
Imagine the size of the sails. They probably don't land the plane. They probably put the sails up and catch it as it goes past.
Yeah, there's probably some weird technique going on.
Anyway, moving on.
So you've been in Auckland.
Uh-huh.
And you've been at the
Content Marketing
That's what
Summit.
It's called. You've mentioned it multiple times in the past leading up to it. How was it?
It was good. The first day was pretty cool. Because I didn't present the first day. It was good because I got a feel for what it was like and all that. And I wasn't a total idiot. I knew a lot of what was going on. Maybe not to a depth, but I got it. So I felt pretty comfortable there. And then I had my presentation on day 2, embarrassing myself on stage.
On purpose or just in general?
On purpose. It was on purpose. I told a story about, and it may have been a story I've told here before, I'm pretty sure. Here I don't mind making a fool of myself, but there, anyway. It was a story about me jumping off a moving vehicle to play a joke on somebody, and it sort of backfires because jumping off a moving vehicle's not a good idea when you're sober, let alone when you're really, really, really drunk. So...
Oh, good times.
Yeah, so I ended up in court for that one. So I had to explain all that. But that went down pretty well. I got some feedback, actually, the next day, and I took a little too long over my story, so I told a couple of stories, and they said should have shortened the stories down quite a bit. So that's...
What do they know?
That's a fair call. No, it's a fair call. I'm going to do more of this speaking stuff. I want to do more of the speaking stuff, so I need to take in this feedback and use it and become better. So
do you get feedback from the conference people yet?
I think I will. There's a what do you call it? The questionnaire that goes out to them this week. They get an email and fill it in, see what they think, and hopefully I'll get some feedback from that. But the workshop yesterday had 4 people in, half-day workshop on using emotion. It went down pretty well. I was a little worried about using Kaizo Trap as the main focus.
Kaizo Trap?
That's the animated Japanese.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's it was one person in the room that was just not a gamer. That was just like, no. When it came to the point of yes or no, why didn't she just leave? And it's funny, all the girls in the room thought the guy was an asshole.
Oh, wow.
Because thought he didn't like her and stuff. And I was like, I got the totally opposite feeling from that film. So that was interesting. But yeah, so that went well. I got really good feedback from those guys. And may have a line on a bit of work or a job or something from their conference as well. So that's all good stuff. Very good stuff if we get paid. So yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
So that was my week there.
You also, well, we'll bring it up because I didn't do much this week, so we'll focus on you. You've been at Tropfest.
I went to Tropfest. So it was the last Tropfest in New Plymouth. Can we have a moment's silence? Because damn. No, I've really enjoyed Tropfest over the last few years. We've gone the last couple of years. You came last year with us. And, so that's been really good. This year, actually, the weather has been getting steadily worse every year. The first year was warm. Last year, it was windy. This year, it was pouring down.
Yeah, it didn't look like much fun.
It just bucketed down. I was a bit prepared. I had my little picnic basket with a couple of bottles of wine, cheese, crackers, all that sort of thing.
You hunted down some ponchos?
And half a dozen ponchos, emergency ponchos, because, And so Sash and Mary and Ben and a couple that I was never introduced to was there, and they didn't have ponchos, or the couple had raincoats because they're obviously smarter. And so I gave them ponchos, and I gave some random chick a poncho. So that was cool. Those guys didn't stay very long, though. They didn't make it to halfway, and they took off home back to Hamilton. I was very impressed with Allan's film. So I caught up with Allan George earlier on. He came third with his film Lon-Done. We're going to have a link to that in the show notes, right?
Yep.
London's really cool.
That's the only one I've seen so far. I really liked it.
Yeah, because you watched it online. Yeah, so it was really, really cool. It was a little annoying for me. My seat was, because they had tents over the VIPs in the front, so my seat sort of cut out a corner of the screen.
Yeah.
So I for that one particularly, I walked down and stood down where I could get the full view, and I did that for Floris's one as well. But still, it was wet and miserable. It's not the ideal movie watching conditions, really. But it was good. So I like that. Floris, there was actually 3 in the final. 3 Hamilton films, I should say, in the final. So I was really impressed with that. Still a little annoyed ours didn't make it. But Floris did Natalia Rising, so check that out. It's a very iconic style film. And I think it was really good. I think there were a couple of points that didn't quite gel right, but the overall idea, as I said, as we said last week, his execution is excellent. His technical execution is excellent. So that was really good. There was another one, the gumboot thrower, that was in the finals.
That's pretty
Hamilton.
That's the sum of it, isn't it?
Yeah, but
gumboot thrower.
Yeah, well, that's the sum of it. I don't know. I think Lazy Sunday might have beaten that out. I showed my mum Lazy Sunday yesterday, so that's cool. I saw Mum. She looks really old.
Yeah, you said that. That's what happens when people, age.
Yeah, no, it took me by surprise a little bit.
But if you haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen it for a couple of years. So, well, that's cool. So I can tick that off my list for this year. Seen Mum, done that, been there, done it. And Oh, what else? That's pretty much Tropfest, really.
Tropfest in a nutshell.
Yeah, well, hopefully. We're actually talking to councillor now about bringing it to Hamilton.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yay! And the reason we're doing this early again is because this morning I'm on my way to Wellington for TEDx Wellington.
No one announces it like that apart from Chris. And actually, you should do that every time you mention it today. From now on.
TEDx Wellington.
Yeah. See how long it takes for someone to ask, what are you doing? I'm going to say one time.
I bet there's an actual rule in the TED handbook that says you're not allowed to say TEDx Wellington. Okay, I'll stop giggling now. Okay, so that's my week.
Excellent.
Pretty
I
much.
got another blood test and got told I've basically got the vein of champions.
Hey, what?
The vein in my arm is amazing. But I already knew this. I get told this a lot.
Oh,
so
right.
when they make you squeeze something, my vein just pops out. And this time the woman says, "Oh, you've got an amazing vein. If your vein was a movie, if your vein was a movie star, it'd be the top of Hollywood."
I'm just picturing a little Leonardo da Vinci on your arm now.
Leonardo da Vinci, what's he up to?
Well, I don't know. He just won an Oscar, didn't he? It's
I
probably
don't know if Leonardo da Vinci did, but maybe
Leonardo
maybe.
DiCaprio. For fuck's sakes.
Oh,
Excuse me.
you far out. Yeah. So my claim to fame is great veins. So that's good.
Leonardo da Vinci. It's too early. I need
know.
more coffee.
So that was good. What was I going to say? Oh, I accidentally averted my eyes as I walked through the lounge to your favourite TV show the other day, Story.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was just like, because I heard Guinness World Record, and I was like, what are they doing?
I saw something with
Did
that.
you see it?
I saw the ad for it. I didn't.
Oh, there was
actually
an
watch
ad
it.
for it. I didn't even know that.
I know, yeah. They were talking about when it was coming up or something.
So they wanted to get the world's loudest apple crunch, is what it was. So they can't just have anyone. So they got to bring in Art Green, the Bachelor dude from last year.
And so the reason they bring in Art Green was because he was last year's Bachelor dude, and the Bachelor is just about to launch. And so that's all it is a Bachelor promo.
It is, but
And
he's got the world record now.
Oh, right. Did it? So it happened, did it?
Well, I assume they must have pre-done it a couple of times because in the clip, they're in a room, which apparently, because I said to our flatmate, I said, it seemed like a weird room. She goes, no, it was a soundproof room. I was like, really? It looked like a really big room with just some microphones in it. It didn't look. I thought he'd be in like a booth by himself.
Yeah.
Is what I thought. Anyway, he took this massive bite, and then the Guinness chick just goes, the world record was 73 decibels or something. Your one came in at 79. It's a new world record. Then she went and gave him the plaque. She'd already had it framed. And I was like, no, they must have done it earlier. And he just redid it. And then they spoke to the guy, and the guy was like, the Apple guy, they said, why is it so crunchy? And he says, it's due to genetic breeding and the crystals formed within the shell of the apple, and when you bite on it, they all shatter, and it just makes this amazing crunch. And it's been in development for, 4 years or something.
So it shouldn't really be Art Green getting the award. It should be this guy that spent 4 years developing the apple that allows the big
You'd
crunch.
think so, eh?
Yeah, no.
I don't know how it works. I'd like to see the actual wording of that certificate.
Sorry, got to have a sip of coffee there.
You do.
So, what else have we got here? My uncle's an amusing chat, and now
it sounds like it.
he's going to check out this podcast, so I've got to be careful what I'm going to say now.
All right.
Yeah, well, he's up to a bit of interesting stuff. I was telling Sam last night because I wasn't going to share it on the website, on the podcast at all. But one thing he did say is, here's a bit of trivia for you. And I thought, this is sort of trivia that Sam will like. Here's a bit of trivia for you. Do you know who Keanu Reeves' babysitter was when he was a kid, like a little kid?
No, not off the top of my head.
Alice Cooper.
Oh, real? That's pretty cool.
He's like, oh, Alice, I bet she's a really nice little girl.
Yeah.
But how weird is that? That's just so random. Anyway.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves, interesting fella. Lost his girlfriend and sister within 18 months of each other. They both died.
Oh, wow.
And he's he set up a trust not in his name, donated millions to whatever the cancer researchers that killed his sister. Nicest guy in the world. There's so many amazing stories that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we lost a cricketer, some dude, this week. Today, yesterday, or whatever.
Martin Crowe.
Martin Crowe. Oh, yeah, and I have, I did actually go to the base and watch him play when he was in the 80s or something.
Yeah.
But I'm not a cricket fan. I really dislike cricket. But yesterday, the day before, we also lost an old colleague of mine, Kerry Calnan, who played cricket with the local guys. So Adam McFall played cricket with him. So that's really sad. He wasn't that old. He's a little bit older than me and had a couple of kids and stuff. So, yeah, sorry to hear that, and condolences to the family.
Talking about a couple of kids, you've got something here where some dude had 1,300 kids. Is that right? DNA test prove retired postman.
Oh, yeah, there.
I assume you've put that on there.
I did.
Because I didn't know what that story's about.
Can I even open that in a link? No, because I put it in the title.
Yes, you did. Sandwich hour around here, but it's okay. I will pad a little bit. What's the tech peeper in Auckland? Do I want to know?
Hang on.
Or is that supposed to be paper? Uh-oh, Chris is...
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, I thought you'd put that in, but now I know what it is. Okay, I'll talk about the tech peeper, and you you look at the other thing. So, no, there's this guy in Auckland. He got done the other day, actually, I don't think they caught him. They're looking for him. And it's been happening a bit because it's been so hot and muggy.
Yes.
People have been sleeping with the windows open and no clothes on.
Oh,
and what they've been finding is an arm coming up through the window with a cell phone recording.
Ooh.
And so this guy's been just, what a knob. So, so that's the tech peeper. And I'm like, well, you'd do better if you got a GoPro with a selfie stick and a Wi-Fi backpack so that it could look at his phone while he was doing it. Then he could aim, because apparently he's not aiming very well, because the chick came over and smacked his arm. She saw it, ran over to it, smacked his arm, and she's got the phone. She handed the phone over to the police. The police are tracing her.
Yeah.
So, tech peeper.
Oh, I found the link to your story. So, an 87-year-old former postman from Nashville, Tennessee, is the father of 1,300 kids. He said he did a very good Johnny Cash impersonation, and some even thought he was Johnny Cash for real.
Or they fooled themselves into thinking it.
And it's the results of a 15-year investigation. So, according to the DNA records...
and there may be many, many more, but they've confirmed 1,300 children he's fathered. They're not obviously telling anyone because it may break up families.
Yeah.
I was born in the wrong era. No, it's funny because somebody goes near the end. I don't know if it was the end of the story or in the comments below. They were like, yeah, but they must have had time to fill back then. Posties today, they haven't even got 5 minutes. There's nothing going to be happening there.
Talking about posties, DX Mail, who are...
competition to NZ Post.
Yeah, and they have some government contracts and they deliver stuff here randomly if people use them. And their posties are on their little motorbike things, little Hondas. They were all travelling in convoy yesterday.
Oh, what?
And I don't know why. They were up the road here. There was 20 of them on their little bikes, all driving in convoy. So I don't
Were they maybe it was protest or something?
It was either a protest or someone had died, I think. But they didn't seem...
That would be sort of a bit...
I don't know, but...
if somebody died.
Well, I don't know.
I don't want to be remembered by a bunch of people that everyone's going to laugh at. Yeah, no, it seems strange. I just passed, because I passed the first ones. And I was like, oh, there's like 10 of them. And then the rest were turning up the top here to come down. So interesting. I don't know if there'll be a story in the paper about that. I might keep an eye out. That'd be cool. Yeah, I ended up listening to a lot of podcasts. Well, not a lot. A few podcasts while I was away. So I have to... I have to do a shout out to my Kiwi life. Because that frickin' song is stuck in my head so much at the moment.
It's a little earworm.
But that's cool. No, so good on you, Will. It sounds pretty good. I was actually listening to a lot of the older ones. I haven't caught up because I've been slack.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty good. So if you haven't listened to My Kiwi Life, go and check that out. It's good. You can't take too much of it in one go, though. You have to switch it up with a little bit of light-hearted stuff because they get a little bit deep and
is it too much
depressing.
for you? They get too deep for Chris. He's not
bit too deep. It's just like, yeah, okay, I had enough of that. But that's the same with most podcasts. Like Photo and the Kid is funny and silly. I can't take too much of that either. You got to mix it up. You know what I'm saying?
Ah.
So
Okay.
that's why we're only half an hour. So we don't really upset you.
I see you've put a Banksy quote in here. You must have liked that.
I wanted to
or is it
read
just
it
one?
out. I thought it was pretty good. There's a little bit of swearing, which I will censor.
Excellent.
Banksy on advertising. People are taking the piss out of you every day. They butt into your life, take a cheap shot at you, and then disappear. They leer at you from tall buildings and make you feel small. They make flippant comments from buses that imply you're not sexy enough and that all the fun is happening somewhere else. They're on TV making your girlfriend feel inadequate. They have access to the most sophisticated technology the world has ever seen, and they bully you with it. They are the advertisers, and they are laughing at you. You, however, are forbidden to touch them. Trademarks, intellectual property rights, and copyright law means advertisers can say what they like, wherever they like, with total impunity. Screw that. Any advert in a public space that gives you no choice whether you see it or not is yours. It's yours to take, to rearrange and reuse. You can do whatever you like with it. Asking for permission is like asking to keep a rock someone just threw at your head. You owe the companies nothing, less than nothing. You especially don't owe them any courtesy. They owe you. They have rearranged the world to put themselves in front of you. They never asked for your permission. Don't even start asking for theirs. Let the revolution begin.
Very good.
I like that. I thought that was an interesting. I thought that was an interesting idea. I never really thought of it in those terms, but when he writes it in those terms, you go, yeah, I can see that. Buggers. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there. So, how are you going on Snapchat?
I used it once this week, I think.
Okay, so I've been snapping a little bit. I haven't had a lot of feedback. I don't know if I'm really doing it right.
Oh, I catch up with your ones. It's I don't know. I find it really hard to create on it because I'd be like, is this interesting or not? And I always go, no, this is crap. Who cares? No one wants to see this.
Yeah, well,
I almost take a photo. I'm like, no, let's leave it.
I do think that too. I think, nobody's going to care what I say. But I guess I do download it and I'm going to keep it for my own, so I can look back at 10 years and go, that's what I was looking like when I had
that's a good
teeth.
point.
That's when I was young and sexy.
Yeah. Didn't realise it was a time
what do you
machine.
think about so I did a bit horizontal yesterday rather than vertical.
Yeah, it was annoying.
It was annoying?
Yep.
Damn. Okay, so
I didn't see much benefit to it.
Yeah. The only benefit to it is that when you transcode it onto YouTube, it looks way better.
Oh yes, it would.
So it's annoying. So Cliff Ravenscraft started doing this. He switched to horizontal for a bit for a couple of days to test it.
Yeah.
The worst thing is the filters. So you know how the filters work, right? You swipe them across and it'll say where you are. You're in Auckland. Well, the filters don't switch orientation, so that right, reading up the side of the screen, side of the screen or something. So I don't know. I don't know whether that's a design flaw from the Snapchat side of things, or are we overthinking it? But there's a great video, a fantastic video, which I will give you to put into the show notes, called VVS, Vertical Video Syndrome.
All right.
We're going to watch this after this.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll put it in there because at the beginning of my course yesterday, the half-day workshop, John from Semanjit, some sort of agricultural product. I forget what it's called.
All right. Yep.
He goes, oh, yeah, because he's like, oh, I've just got a Facebook account. Doesn't know how to do anything technical at all. Right?
Yeah, it's good because that's the people that these people are honing in on.
Yeah. So he goes, I said to my son, I'm going to take some videos in the field of farmers and stuff and get their testimonials. He goes, but I just want a head and shoulders, so I thought I'd do it portrait. And his son's like, 18, 19. Yeah. No. Say no to the portrait. You have to do it horizontal. And he goes, landscape, horizontal. He goes, why? He goes, just watch this video. And he gave him this video, and it's hilarious. So he showed it to me just before, and I was like, right, kicking off the workshop with this video. It's only a couple of minutes long, but it's hilarious. Cool. It's got Muppets in it.
Excellent. That's what you need.
Vertical, you just Google vertical video syndrome if you haven't got access to the link. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I have.
Yep, that's about it. We've got Chris's old hoarded letter time.
Oh, okay. Let's do that.
This is just addressed to you. I don't know where it's from.
Oh, God.
This could be anything.
Could be.
When's it from?
Does it have a date?
Yeah, it'll have a date. Yep, you pick a date. What do you think it is?
Oh, well, I think it's obvious because we've had things from around the same date the whole time, so it's probably 2006.
No, 2009.
Oh, okay. It's a recent one.
It's a credit card account statement for you.
Well, we probably don't want to go there. 2009, I wasn't doing too bad in 2009, I don't think.
No, you're doing all right, I think. You've...
Is there any interesting purchases on there?
Oh, hang on. Yeah. There's heaps of purchases. Okay, let's go.
Why did I say that?
I was going to get there.
You didn't even think of that.
No, you did. You must have been on the booze at Stumble Inn, New Plymouth. You spent a bit of money there. Here we go.
So I went to a karate camp down there.
Okay,
that was probably the last time I fought. Oh no, not the last time I fought, but yeah, okay.
You've obviously been paying for courses and stuff because you paid $131 for .comsecrets.com.
Yep. That was a subscription, so that was a monthly.
Yeah, and then Mike Fulsalami.com?
Mike Fulsame.
Ron
that was another
New York.
Subscription.
Yeah, there's another subscription. There's another one here for Glazer Kennedy Incorporated.
That's a subscription.
Yeah, and Namecheap.com. Oh, that's just a
domain name.
Domain name. Let's have a look. Keywordrockstar.com. Oh my gosh. You busted out 1300 for that.
You know, I never used that.
I've
still got it on my computer, and I don't think it even works anymore. Like, it's not as important now as when I bought it, but I thought I was going to make a fortune out of it, but no. Never used it.
There's some amazing names here. Valve Hoofdorf.
Oh, Valve, that's Steam.
Yeah, but back then it was didn't come up as Steam.
No, yeah, back then it came
$75, so there's some awesome gaming going on there.
That would be a pre-order of probably Dragon Age Origins, I'm guessing.
Oh, and then further down, it does have Steam games on this other one for $14. Weird. Overcome Everything, 4161. That sounds amazing.
Overcome Everything. I think that might be a book.
Yep, I think it must be. And then getresponse.com is your monthly fee of $24.97.
So, yeah.
hang on. Here's another one. Strategic Profits.
Oh, yeah, that's a monthly.
Oh, that's $92. And then the American Writers
and Artists Institute.
Yeah, they got 270. So
that was a course. I wonder which one that was.
I wonder. Everyone wonders. I wonder if you did it. Who cares?
I did do the course. Yeah, it is interesting to look back and go, holy crap, I was hemorrhaging money like it.
It's so interesting looking at it 7 years later instead of looking at it when the statement turned up. But hey, it's giving us content for the podcast. And if you want to find out more about us, you can check us out at thechrisandsampodcast.com where all the show notes are. You can make sure you check us out on Facebook. We'd love a like or a comment or a share. And
you can join us on Twitter. We'll make sure we appear on Twitter a little bit more because we haven't had a tweet in 5 days.
We've had heaps of tweets.
I've just looked today, and it's like the last tweet was 5 days ago.
It's doing 7 tweets a day. for every day, and I saw 4 yesterday. So I don't think your Twitter's working there, Chris. Or you're in the wrong account.
Mind you, it did say the last tweet was from me, so...
Yeah.
Maybe it's just looking at my tweets. That's weird. Okay. Anyway,
there are tweets. That's why we're getting. That's why we've got over 800 followers.
Yeah, actually, you got Chris and Sam podcast has overtaken Chris Hanlon. Finally. But gee, what does that say? I am off to Wellington in a couple of hours.
So we'll hear all about that next week. And
yeah,
how
we'll hear
Wellington
about that next week. I was going to say, if you're in Wellington, we'll catch up this weekend, but you won't hear this until after I leave. So
yep, good planning there, Chris.
Yeah, good. Yeah, damn. All right.
On that note, and Chris's brain spasm, we better go. Until next week, I'm Sam.
And I'm Chris.
See ya.
Bye.
Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.